U-7 Gastric Aid is Finish Line's gastric support product. It is a dietary supplement that helps support a healthy stomach and hindgut. U-7 is extremely palatable. When you top dress it on the feed, you'll find that the horses clean their feet up and they're really looking forward to it. If you give by oral syringe, the horses will come to the front of the stall and nicker for it. I have seen horses sucking it right out of the tube. Also, U-7 is great for horses that have loose stools. It helps to tighten them up. And if you see undigested grain in the manure, the horse is not completely digesting their food, that usually disappears within 7 days once you start giving U-7. Now, I can't tell you that U-7 will cure or heal ulcers. However, I can tell you about a couple of significant studies that we had done. One was by Dr. Scott McClure from the University of Iowa. He's widely considered to be the top man in the field, and he did the original research on omeprazole for horses, gastric aid. I had him do a study on U-7. It was randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled, good science. And what he found is that U-7 was just as effective in preventing ulcers in horses as omeprazole. Now this is a big deal because it's 1/12 the cost and it doesn't have the side effects. Long-term use of omeprazole will weaken bones. In people, it's been shown they get osteoporosis and bone fracture. And in horses, they get early onset arthritis and bone chips. Also, it causes liver damage in both horses and people. And now a new study has shown that it is a 20 to 50% increase in kidney failure. In addition, omeprazole tests in certain jurisdictions. So none of this is possible with U-7. It's a safe product, and it also works in the hindgut, which omeprazole does not.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Phillips. I've been an equine practitioner for 40 years. About 13 years ago, Finish Line asked me if I would like to investigate a product that they had out to aid in equine digestion. I wondered at that point in time whether I could use this as a treatment for ulcers and not just an aid in equine digestion. So I took 12 horses that I gastroscoped that had active bleeding ulcers. I put those horses on the U-7 at double the recommended dose for 30 days and then rescoped the horses. At the end of 30 days, I found that 90% of all the ulcers were healed. At the end of 6 weeks, 100% were healed. So I came up with a program that I've used now on over 1,200 horses. What I do is I sell my clients 2 gallons right at the beginning so that they will follow my program. And my program consists of double the recommended dose for the first 30 days, then using the recommended dose for the next 60 days. At that point in time, we take the horses off of the treatment altogether. 80% of these horses will remain ulcer-free. 20% will come back chronic ulcers, in which case they go back onto U-7 for the rest of their life. For 3 reasons, I recommend that you use U-7. One is that it has no deleterious effect on the horse. It does not cause bone degeneration or early arthritis. 2 is that every one of my clients can afford to treat ulcers this way as well as prevent ulcers. And 3 is you don't have to worry about a positive test at various racetracks and there are different shows. Thank you.
U-7 comes in a single-dose syringe, a half-gallon, a gallon, and now a 5-gallon pail. This 5-gallon pail will save you 25% off the cost of a gallon.